Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Coco Cabana. Happy to have you here. Guys, it's been a minute. So I'm just happy to check in with you guys. I missed you. Been out here watching some videos, but I've been going through a lot at the same time. So thanks for being here tonight. So let me tell you what's going on over here. I think the last time I talked to you guys, I mentioned that my water heater, that we replaced the cartridge on our tub that goes into the faucet of the tub. When you take the spout out, inside the hole, there's like this cartridge. We had to replace that. When we replaced that, the water heater must have went out and needed to be relit because we didn't have any hot water. And with that, let me check this real quick, 1 second. Okay, with that, I'm gonna just raise you just a tiny bit. So the water heater went out. So my husband wasn't able to relight the water heater because the knob was missing. And I don't know if it was always missing or if maybe they knocked it off when they've come in to do repairs with the furnace. So yeah. So we had to have the furnace repaired. We had called for a quote on the furnace. Or not the furnace, the water heater. We called for a quote for the water heater. And they were suggesting, the first people that we called, they were suggesting that we replaced it. They quoted $3,200 to replace the water heater. The reason why they quoted to replace it, our water heater was from 2019. Technically, it should have still been good. Not something, let me fix this. I feel like you guys are on a slant. Not something that we should have needed to replace yet. So my husband was like, no, there's nothing wrong with it. We're just missing the dial to be able to relight. They were saying the part came from Rheem. So they were saying it was hard. Rheem was difficult. It would take time to be able to get this part, probably like a week. I literally went online on the Rheem website, ordered the same part that we have on the water heater. I got the numbers off of the water heater, and they were able to overnight it. So the part, we'll just call it a control panel. I think it's like the thermostat part. And I think you spell it RHEEM is the company. That part came to have it, the part and have it overnighted, which the overnighting wasn't expensive at all. It was actually more the part. $290.97. Now the original replacement was through a different plumbing company. They originally were going to replace the entire water heater for $3,200. When my husband said no, they had one outside. The guy came back claiming that he called his brother, who must have run the business, and they said they would hold this price of, they would give us $2,600 for the complete repair or replacement, and they would hold that price until that Monday, and this was on a Saturday. My husband still opted to not do this because there was nothing wrong with it that we knew of. It was just missing this piece. So we ordered the piece. It was $290.97. I went online looking for another plumber to come in. This plumbing company did have good reviews, but I looked for somebody closer and also with good reviews, and I went with them. So this is plumbing out to fix. So they took our part, put it on the water heater, and flushed the water heater because the sediment buildup in there. You're supposed to flush these once a year, so that's a whole nother thing, you know, if you don't know how to do this. I don't know if it was ever done before we got here, and we hadn't done it. I didn't even know that we were supposed to do that. To be honest, we bought our house in 21. I think it was 21. 20. It might have been 20. No. It was either 20 or 21 we bought our house. But even the place that we had rented for... We had rented it in 2012, I believe, all the way up until we bought our house. And they never even came out and flushed that water heater. So, but to have them fix it and install our part, it was $754.14. So that's a lot of money. A lot of money. And maybe a handyman could have done it. I was concerned, you know, because we're dealing with gas and all of these things. I wanted to make sure that we really, truly had, you know, a professional coming in to do this. So that was fixed. And then I went to do laundry. And as I was doing laundry, the washer started acting up. And then it was making this really loud, like, grinding noise. Now, I replaced my dryer. I think it was before I started my budgeting channel. And I started in February. It was a year. February of this year was a year for me. So I think I bought it the year before. Our dryer had went out. We had front loaders. They were both here when we bought our house. So if we bought in 20 or 21, it's now 25. Do the math. So we had it for a while. They came in the house. The lady had told us, you know, the dryer sounded like a squeaky hamster wheel. She was like, I continued to use it because the cost to repair it was going to be more than, you know, we could have just bought a new one. And that thing worked for us all the way up until last, 2 years. So we lasted to 23, 24 is when we replaced. I think it was like beginning of 24 maybe that we replaced our dryer. End of 23, somewhere in there. I think it was end of 23 that we replaced our dryer. So it lasted us a couple years, and now the washer finally went out. So I had to get a new washer. So this is our washer. I'm putting these in red because to show that these are repairs that we had to make and that we did not have money set aside for these. So we can go back and see when we actually replaced them or fixed them and how much it actually cost us to try and figure this out. And, you know, $1,000 emergency fund is a good start, but these home repairs will wipe you out completely with just one, you know, and some of them are so significant that, you know, it's not even half. So the washer, my washer I got on 4/18, and the washer came from, what is it called? That's not it. It's not Grand. I wanted to put Grand Appliance. Oh, I'll have to think what the name is. I can't think what the name of the company is. So I'll just write the price. So the washer was like $500 and something. I think it was like $549 or something. But then it was like $39 for this kit that you needed, installation kit. And then it was like $39 to have the old one hauled away. And then it was another $39 for the delivery fee. And then also tax. So total cost was $744.85. And then before we had purchased the new washer, I had somebody come out. They came out on, they were supposed to come out on Tuesday, but I had the kids. So I had rescheduled. They could come out on Thursday. They came Thursday to see if it could be repaired, the washer. It was a small appliance repair company, and that ended up, it was not repairable. Motor was shot. I had to have them, they had already like closed it all up and everything, but I had to have them open it back up, take the top off because the front load was locked. You can't open it, and so they had to take the top off so I can get in there to get the clothes out that were in there. So yeah, our new washer came today, Saturday, and because today is what, 4/19, so this delivered 4/19/25. So it was $40 for them to come out and do the diagnostic of the old washer. Initially, I thought I was going to have to charge it because I didn't have any cash set aside. And then I remembered, thank goodness, I remembered I had my sinking funds. So I went into my household sinking fund, house repairs, and this is where I was hoping to save for all of these things because, as you know, I still have to get my AC repaired. So we had our furnace go out on us, and we had to replace the furnace. It was the week of Christmas. We had our furnace replaced, so we're still paying on that. My husband's been paying on that every month. And then this is kind of like my set money aside wish list for things like I wanted this sump pump. We need to get our garage door opener fixed, but that's not a priority because we can still open it. I had wanted to get my vents clean. I had wish lists for appliances. So I have some money in here. We had $225, and I was excited because I did not, even though I did not want to have to touch this, I did not have to charge that $40 for that service fee for them to come out. So I did take $40 out of house repairs. So now we are down to $185. And guys, I really, really, really need to focus on that one because I did not write this down, but I am going to, in my next video, I'll come back. The plumber did give me quotes for, our quotes are going to be for this is going to be for our water heater. And they're holding this quote for a year. So we have quote, a new water heater. It's the Bradford. Everybody wants to install this Bradford for whatever reason, and not the Ream. Quoted. This is for a battery sump pump. So this would be not just putting a battery on my current sump pump. This would be a whole new sump pump that has the battery on it. So it's not a separate piece, it's all in one. And this is supposed to be a really good sump pump. He explained how this one was different than what we currently have. Different as far as like how it runs and all of that. So I will write down those numbers for you guys so you can see that. I meant to do that before I hopped on here. But I just wanted to give you an update on what's going on over here. So right now we have spent $290, $97, $754, $14, and $744, $85. $1789.96 is on the card. And then we had the $40 that we took out of for our repair. We took that out. So I will get these numbers and write it in here. Also, I'm going to go back. Like I said, I want to write down my battery and brakes when those were done and the cost. Keeping track of this so that way we know what we need to approximately save for the next time something happens. Also need to go back still. I want to, I did write these down, so I do want to write this down for my AC. And keep this log of AC stuff as well in here. All right, guys. So next, I wanted to show you what is going on here with, let me put these pens back on here. I wanted to show you what was going on with the budget this week. So I kind of down about this budget because it's a tight one. And then, you know, to add more debt into this as well just really, really stinks. But it's tight because if we go back to our beginning of our month, we had the extras, which was the PayPal, where I got my walking pad. That was $150. And we'll talk on this for a second as well. And I had a balance at Amazon, $172. So I had to pay those things in addition to everything else that's going on. We also had this extra here, our water bill, which is usually quarterly. So that was something extra as well. So let's get into this week's budget. So that, let me just say, so that right here, $172.12, $145, and $149.61. That's about $466 that we'll be able to add into our budget for next month somewhere. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do. I do have AC people that I need to call, but I want to fast track and get this, not this one, the Barclays card. We are already overpaying this card to get it paid before the interest increase. This was a balance transfer, and I need to have this paid by November. I might just start adding more funds here. I don't know. Or just stuffing it away, tucking it away in there. Our month ahead is also a good place that I've been putting money because of everything going on with my husband's job. So we'll see. All right, so let's get into this coming week. I'm looking at $1795.93. So $1795.93. And then let's minus, we have to pay Ice Cube, which is my Jeep. And we are going to subtract that water bill. And then I pay my Jeep, the black Jeep, I pay bi-weekly. So I split it in half, $344.72. The other half we have in our savings right now. Then we're going to take out our phones. This is the Barclays card that I was just speaking about, where I'm paying extra, trying to get it paid. It was a balance transfer off of my Discover card. It was just less interest, so that's why I did that. And then we have Amazon, that payment Now, I will need to check. Let me write a little note now. We're going to check PayPal and Amazon. I meant to not put an O, but we're going to check these. In May, we're going to keep an eye out. So I'm going to just put this sticky on my May calendar to remind me when I'm working on my calendar for bills to double check those cards. And I will probably get hit with interest before it'll get paid. So I want to make sure that I'm watching for that. We will have $193.22 gas and grocery. So minus 40, minus 150, that's going to leave me with $3.22. So no room for sinking funds or savings challenges again with this check. Really super tight. Hoping... So guys, I went to the doctor. I mentioned, I know Irene from Boop and Budgets was mentioning she had been running my playlist. I've been behind the scenes watching some videos. I've been not feeling well and I had to go to the doctor a couple of times, follow up to my prior appointment, and just been kind of working on walking more, using my walking pad, getting them steps in. I cut out soda. I did have a couple sips off of a soda a few days ago, but like I'm not, usually I would have one like every day. I'm not having any. I cut back on coffee and some of those drinks I've cut back on the cream and sugar that's going into those coffees. Yeah, so I just have a lot of things going on. I don't know, guys, just a lot. And so when I went to the appointment, she gave me, my blood pressure is like there. I need to work on it. I'm not where she wasn't concerned about medicine for that, but she did give it to me because I'm like right there, you know. But I did get something for my cholesterol. And I'm just, I don't know, guys. I'm nervous about, I don't like taking medicine. I'm really nervous about it. Coincidentally, I know a lot of people that are on something for their cholesterol. I should have started it 2 days ago. And I haven't started it yet. But I know one of my coworkers was just like, take it so you can make sure, you know, it's a scary one and you want to make sure you're here with your husband and the kids, the grandkids, you know. So yeah, I know I was just hoping I could reverse it, but I don't know if that's something I could reverse fast enough, you know. So I don't know. But oh, guys, I do have a $1 make you holler. I do have $1, like I said. So I want to put that into, I guess, probably the kids. I don't have anything else that's $1. Trying to think. I don't think I have anything that's $1. So I'll probably just put it in the littles. Oh, this is that's our month ahead. But yeah, guys, I really need to, you know, between paying on and saving up, especially more so for these home repairs. They're so ridiculous, guys. They're so ridiculous. It's unbelievable. The cost of all these things, you know. let's put this dollar in here. Let's do purple. All right, guys, that is all I have for you today. I wanted to make sure to get the budget in there. I really don't have, let me just take a quick peek again. I only have gas and groceries, I believe I need to pull. I do have a few dollars in my account right now. I don't know if I will still have it come that, because I didn't pull my gas and groceries this week. I left it in the account. It just seemed easier. So I don't have much to pull this week either. I just have the gas and groceries again. Nothing extra. Let's just take a look here. I think what I might just leave it in there again. I might take it out. I don't know. I could take it out, and then if I have extras, just, be able to roll it right away. But into, my savings. But everything else, this one I need to, this one doesn't matter. I don't need to put it in ECU no more because I'm doing that myself. So that can stay in there. This I have to transfer, and then my water I'm going to transfer because I wrote them a check. Because otherwise, if I pay online, there's like a $3 fee. So I'm going to do that by check. And I'm going to mail that. I got the check all mailed or written out in the envelope and everything, hanging on the fridge to mail that. On Tuesday, I'm going to mail that. I could probably mail it on Monday. I might mail it Monday. Yeah, Monday should be fine. Mail it Monday. I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical about when it'll arrive there, but I'll probably mail it Tuesday. And everything else is just straight out of the bank, so I don't really have to do too many moves this week. Just these things. So maybe I'll transfer them and pull it out so that way I can stuff it if I need to. We'll see. I got to check out what we're doing. We do have a May plan ahead money sitting in SoFi. And we have the first half. This is the first half of our truck payment. And we're doing the second half when we get paid here. So we're covered for May. So if I do have anything extra, I can, left over, I can sink it or save it, whatever. We'll see, guys. All right. I hope you guys have a blessed Easter. Enjoy. And I might not talk to you until we get paid Wednesday. So have a great work week, guys. Bye.